And our final session for today is called Key to Profitability. Don't Forget Your Customers, presented by Bruce Stone of Applied Perceptions.
Okay. Great. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here on the last day of the show. I'd like to thank the ERA for inviting me to speak. It's pretty exciting, I think, to have these little sessions where short periods of times where we can get bursts of information. So I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy day to come join us. What I want to talk to you today is the key to profitability that we believe in doing direct marketing, whether internet, television, radio. And the key is not to forget about your customers. All of us go about starting to have a business, and you have a product, you have great marketing, you've bought your media, you have a lot of new customers, and you're well on your way to being a direct marketing success. Little picture of the product, marketing, you try and get a buzz about your product, you buy your media, you've got order processing, and you've got new customers. That's a formula to get going and being very successful as a business. So the question is, but will you be profitable? So if you've done all the right things, you're getting a good return on your media, you're getting orders coming in the door, you've shipped a lot of products, good buzz about the product, but one of the things that starts to happen is, the key to profitability is, are your customers going to keep that product in their hand? In other words, they buy it, they like it. And for those of you that do continuity, where there's an order shipped every month, once they get that second order, their third order, will it stay in their hands, and how do you do that? And we're strong believers that this is where the best customer service center you have can come in. And the businesses that are really successful have the lower rates of return, and they're able to make a profit through customer service. So once you have the customer, by far, it's critical to keep them. So you make sure customer service and sales counts. And let me give you some examples. So a customer buys a product and they get it and they have some issue with it. Let's say a good example, a makeup company sells a monthly shipment of cosmetics, and somebody gets it, they look beautiful, but you have to mix certain tones together. There's a way to use the product, and it's too elaborate for them. So they call up and they say, I want to return my product. If you have agents who are very well trained and knowledgeable about the product, and you can say to them, what does the skin tone look like? Do you look like this actress or that actress? Okay, you can blend these two together. If you can help them understand to use the product, it helps keep the products in their hand. What you want to do is encourage customers to call customer service if they're unhappy. You don't want people to just get the product and send it back. If they have 2 or 3 units, like 3 months in a row, they got their continuity shipment of facial cleanser, and it's stacking up, and they're saying, what am I going to do with this? I want to stop the continuity. You give them a place to call, a good customer service center. Now, there's a lot that goes into doing a job to make these people want to keep your product. As an example, we've all made reservations for airplane tickets or called customer service. The longer you're on hold, the less your patience are to do business with that company. So if you have a call center that you're using for customer service, you want virtually no wait times. Especially it happens in sales, it happens in customer service. If you have to wait, you're going to hang up. Or if you're calling to complain about a product, it's going to make it a lot harder for the agent to work with the people if they're on hold for 4 minutes before they even get to an agent. Because the goal is for the agent to establish a rapport with the customer, start to develop what are their needs. It's an example, you have a weight loss product that you sell, and the people say, it's not working. Well, the very first thing you want to do is try and reestablish the need. When they saw your infomercial and you did your marketing, they were excited to buy. So when you get on the phone with them, you want to take them back in a polite way to why did you buy the product. A lot of times by simply reminding them that the need still exists for the product. If it's gym equipment, would you like to be using that? And you help them understand how to work with the product. You explain success stories other people have had who tried, failed at first, and could make good use of it. You don't want to skip on the training of your agents. If your agents don't thoroughly understand the product, there's not a possibility in the world of them helping keep the product in their hand. You want agents who can be a consultant to them. They're expert. You want to treat the people friendly, and you really want to know what the materials. So the more you work with your customer service center, the more tools you give them, the same scripts that you give to your inbound sales company, let the customer service center have them. Use the customer service center as a source of feedback, and I'll talk about that more in a little bit, but you want agents that can really help. You don't want your products back. That's a given in this industry. You spend a lot of money to advertise, you spend a lot of money to sell the product. Not only does it come back sometimes, but the people want you to pay for the return shipping costs, so you really have lost money. So one of the things you can do is you require, and you put it on your packing slip, that if somebody would like to return the product, and you make it very nice and friendly, tell them they have to call for an authorization to return the product. That gives the customer service agent a chance to get on the phone and talk about the product. And you should really have a customer service center that becomes a profit center for you. Most customer service is looked at as a cost of doing business. But if you have a customer service center that saves 30, 40, 50% of the people who want to cancel the order, it dramatically changes your profit margins. If somebody returns a product, you've got to open the box, you've got to restock it. If they've used it, the product's worthless. If the box is damaged, it has to be repackaged. You've got to hire a company to open them, to issue refunds, process checks. It's very expensive. So if you get on the phone with them and you discuss why do they want to return or cancel the product, you want your customer service center to be able to give you feedback on what the customers are saying. A lot of people, they work on an order processing platform, they enter in, they returned it because they didn't like it, the size. That's not good information. Good information is to talk to the people and understand. Sometimes a little change can make it so the product works. There was a product that was sold in very large volume, millions of units, and the manufacturing changed the way the product was made just a tiny drop, and it looked different than the infomercial, and the rate of return on the product in the first couple of weeks was terrible. But the customer service center passed on to the company, hey, we're getting a lot of complaints, go look at this at the warehouse. QA missed it. By putting in a little buck slip, it stopped the rate of return on the product, and the buck slip explained how the product was improved for greater functionality. There's a lot of things you can do. If people are misusing, let's say you have a nutraceutical product, and they're not, it says it's not working, if your agent knows the product, he can go through and say, are you drinking the 4 cups of water you're supposed to be drinking a day? Are you taking the 2 tablets at this time and this time and this time? And you give them a chance to stay with it. If it's a continuity product, and they have some issue with it, there's a lot of things you can do. You can delay the next shipment. You can say to them, first, before you give away anything, you ask, hey, let's say it's a cosmetics product. Do you have a sister, a mother? Do you really enjoy the product? They do, because they've been getting it every month. Why not make a gift? Christmas is coming up. Birthdays are coming up. You want to, in a very friendly, non-pushing way, make offers of how else the product can be used. But let's say they don't have anybody to give it to. You can say, would it help if we slowed down the frequency of shipping the product? You spend a lot of money if you're using, an affiliate program, you paid a bounty, and sometimes you don't make your money back till the second or third order. So the idea is to keep them on it. So if you change it from 4 weeks to 6 weeks, you end up still being able to keep them on the product and keep them happy, and a lot of good word of mouth can come from it. Can we make things right? You always want to try to let the customer know that you're a solid company, that you stand behind your products. And, people call up and say, I'd like to speak to a manager. A good customer service agent will say, I'd be more than happy to let you speak to a manager, but I'm a fully empowered customer service agent, and I can help you with your problem. I promise if I don't solve your problem, I'll be happy to get my manager for you. So you're not incurring extra costs from the customer service center. So If you do all of these different things, you'll help the customer and you'll see a dramatic reduction in rate of return. I had talked about establishing a clear return merchandise policy. It creates an efficient way to handle returns. It also gives your customer service center the ability to have some ammunition because the terms are there and you can explain it to them. And you don't want a center that's going to be argumentative with the people. You just want to lightly remind them that this is the policy of it. And then let's talk about how we fix your problem. I'm not a big believer in saying we can't do it because the policy's this. Your job is to satisfy these people. So it gives the customer service a chance to save the sale and lower the returns. Money-back guarantees, a lot of people are afraid to use those. We've looked at a lot of studies and there's a lot of data in the industry. It actually helps your sales because it gives the people a sense that they have recourse if they don't like the product and they're on the fence. And you know, you all work with different companies that take orders for you, and sometimes they close 5%, 10%, 30%, 40%. You always want it to be better what it is. But this is another tool for your inbound center to be able to say, you know what, it's got a money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, we happily accept the returns. But don't forget, they're going to call into customer service, and we're going to try and find out why they want to return it. They had a need, and try and get them to keep it. Another big thing that you want to do when these people call in, the way you help, there's two ways you can make customer service a profit center. One of the ways that you can help make it a profit center is by saving a significant number of sales. But the other way is be sure you give your customer service center a bunch of different tools so that they can sell other products that you have, complementary products. Because if the agent's done a good job and established a rapport, they're not that angry customer that called in, and frequently at the end of the call, they're able to offer something else that they really like. Because you've been inconvenienced today, we're able to offer you this special. And in fact, the best customer service companies will end up showing you far more revenue than what your bill looks like. And you should ask your customer service. You should ask them to provide you what revenue per call did you generate on customer service. Nobody normally thinks about that on the back side, only the front end. But you should hold them to increasing revenue per call and not have it sorted out, just 100% of the calls, how much money did they make for you. And that's how you can judge the business. Analyzing the reason for returns. Your customer service center could be the best partner you ever have. I run a call center. I'm not the best person to talk to, but my agents who take 100 calls a day for your company, and you bring 6 of them in a room and come out for a visit, they're going to be able to tell you everything they like, everything they don't like, and then you as marketers can make decisions on how I could modify it. And we've seen dramatic jumps in sales by just using the words and the feedback. You could take 10 returns and have your customer service company make outbound calls to see what happened, why they didn't buy it, collect that data and make appropriate changes. So you really want your customer service and your marketing group to be partners. Again, I just said have your customer service team be a part of your marketing effort. You want saved sales from them, new sales. You want upsells. If they bought one, if they buy something that has an annual supply, instead of charging $30 a month, $360 a year for the continuity, if you need cash flow, make an offer where they can buy an annual supply up front for $185. Yes, you give up a little revenue, but you're guaranteed to have income from the whole year for them, and you recycle it next year. Upselling, cross-selling, you want to make the customer service group bring money in. So, in conclusion, you want to work very closely with your customer service and your sales teams. I suggest weekly calls, at least with your call center. You should be listening to the tape recordings they have so you're sure what the agent's saying or the messages you want to get across. Plus, you want to be able to listen to things yourself and say, this is what I'd like. Your customer service center should also give you the ability to listen live to telephone calls so you can judge what the agents are doing. Customer service should not be an afterthought. I worked for years before we had our own call center in a very large mail order company with thousands of employees that shipped millions of years, and the customer service and the marketing department worked hand in hand on a daily basis because it's the biggest focus group you have. If you have a database of 2 million customers, it's captive for learning, and it's as solid as you can get. You've worked hard to bring in customers. You don't want to lose them. You want to keep them happy and coming back for more products and more services. Again, a little drawing. You want all your groups to work together, be a part of a puzzle. Frequently, customer service is an afterthought. Marketing will make a change. They manufacture it. You don't even tell your customer service, and they find out from the customers. It's much better if you keep them informed. You want to work together. You want to have effective customer service and sales, and we believe that's the key to profitability. I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to me on the last day of the conference. If I can answer questions ever at any point, please let me know. We're here. I'll be around. You can email me anything you want, but I really appreciate all your attention. Have a great day.
Thank you, Bruce.
Sure.